Welcome to episode 18 of 2 Cents Tuesday. This week, the subject is our small size. On last week's Thoughtful Thursday, I highlighted the story of Lee Kuan Yew, the Prime Minister who navigated Singapore, a country roughly the size of St. Lucia, to its position as a respected and admired global leader in several economic and social categories. Yesterday, we learned that Prime Minister Mia Mottley of Barbados had been selected by Time magazine as one of the 100 most influential people in the world and would be gracing the cover of this prestigious magazine. For those who may not know, Barbados is 69 square miles smaller than St. Lucia. Prime Minister Mottley has achieved this global recognition in what is a relatively short period as a world leader. It is true that she has been a successful politician for a long time. She became the Member of Parliament for St. Michael Northeast when the Barbados Labour Party won the general election in 1994. But she assumed the position of Prime Minister of Barbados on the 24th of May 2018, only 4 years ago today. What have distinguished Prime Minister Mottley among her peers regionally and internationally are her intelligence, her articulation, her clear understanding of the challenges facing her country and the wider Caribbean, her fearlessness in advocating on behalf of her country and the Caribbean in international fora, her fierce protection of the integrity of Barbados and the Caribbean, and her decisiveness in taking action. Mia Mottley's passionate, inspirational, and insightful speeches to the United Nations General Assembly in September 2021 and to the 26th Conference of the Parties of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change in Glasgow in November 2021, as well as her adroit handling of the international media, have also helped to cement her position at the top among global leaders. Prime Minister Mia Mottley has clearly set lofty goals for herself and her country, and she has gained the recognition, admiration, and respect of the Caribbean and the world. Prime Minister Mottley has shown that despite our small size, Caribbean citizens can stand not just shoulder to shoulder with other global citizens, but we are capable of distinguishing ourselves to the point where we stand head and shoulders above the rest of the world. However, Prime Minister Mottley is not the first or the only Caribbean citizen to do so. Jamaican track athletes have been doing so since the 1948 London Olympics, when Arthur Wint and Herb McKinley won gold and silver respectively in the 400 meters. Sir Arthur Lewis and Sir Derek Walcott of St. Lucia and V.S. Naipaul of Trinidad and Tobago were recognized by the Nobel Laureate Committee as the best in the world in their respective fields. St. Lucian Sir Darnley Arthur Alexander was appointed Chief Justice of Nigeria in 1975 and was later conferred with one of that country's highest orders, Grand Commander of the Order of the Niger. There are countless other examples of Caribbean nationals who have distinguished themselves in international theaters in a wide range of disciplines and areas. We have made and continue to make significant positive impacts on the world. Some do it outside the Caribbean, while others remain at home and make their mark. The problem is often we in the Caribbean, and this seems to be a particular problem for St. Lucia, are slow and late to recognize our fellow citizens for the work that they do. Maybe the fault lies with the relatively small size of our populations. Because we know the person and we're familiar with them, we do not appreciate how valuable they are to the international community and how well respected they are globally. I know it may not always appear that way, particularly when we get all entangled in the latest social media storm over voice notes or the size of repaired houses, but we are capable of so much more. The relatively small size of our countries and our populations is not an impediment, unless we also decide to think small and let that determine how we see ourselves and the goals we set for ourselves. In fact, I believe our small size can work to our advantage. There are fewer people who need to be educated and fewer people to care and provide for. We just have to shift our focus. Stop focusing on mundane, irrelevant issues that do nothing to advance ourselves or our country. In fact, all they do is sow more seeds of division among us and prevent us from working together for our common good. If we set ambitious goals and work together, there is absolutely nothing we cannot achieve. We simply need to recognize that we are as good as the best of what the world has to offer and start holding ourselves to higher standards. The Jamaicans are fond of saying, we little, but we talawa. And in St. Lucia, we say, piti ko pamaladi. We need to start living by that creed. If we do, then in addition to basking in the glory of Mia Motley's impressive achievement, we will be able to inspire others by our own efforts, and our country and our Caribbean will be a better place. Thank you for viewing another episode of 2 Cents Tuesday. Goodbye.